Hi and welcome to another video update from the Fire Brigade Union, once again using video conferencing due to the current lockdown. We're joined by General Secretary Matt Wrack to discuss a consultation that's just been launched by the Treasury in July 2020, which says it's set to fix the discrimination and set out plans for the future regarding firefighter and indeed other public service pension schemes. Now, Matt, this is a consultation launched by the Treasury. Clearly, it relates to the pensions victory won by the Fire Brigade Union, but it also, importantly, for the first time, the government acknowledges that it's not just firefighters and judges that have won this case and get benefits, it's other public servants. I mean, a word on that.
Hi, Sam, and hi, everyone. Well, yes, I think we can be very proud of the work we've done as the FBU. The only TUC union that took this issue on, the age discrimination relating to, and it was only about one narrow point. It was about the transitional protection that was put in place following the imposition of those 2015 schemes. And we took that case and we went to courts, High Court, Court of Appeal and so on. We won that case. We defeated the government on that. But it was obvious to us that if those arrangements were discriminatory in the fire service, then they must be discriminatory everywhere. And the government started to wake up to that last year, and we now see this consultation, which they claim is about putting that right, because they realise that they have to address us, because we've got claimants in a legal case, but because it's discriminatory anyway, they have to put it right for everybody else in public sector schemes as well. So that's a big significance of the case that we launched.
Okay, Matt, well, the case was about discrimination, the idea that older workers benefited more than younger workers in regard to the transitional changes made by the government. The consultation deals with the period between April 2015 and April 2022. Actually, what is the government setting out here?
Well, they are conceding that they would have to cover everyone in that time frame. And then they set out some options about how the benefits would be changed going forward. So they give two options, for example, whether people would choose to remain in the old scheme or the new scheme, and whether they should make that decision, if you like, immediately or when they retire. I think we have to be aware that this also includes a tax on public sector workers within this document, because their intention is nevertheless to plough ahead with changes to pension schemes. And that was all, we've always been clear that that's what they were doing. We're dealing with the government, and we can challenge the government when they break the law, as they did. But of course, the government can then change the law, and that's what they do. And we've got a government that has embarked on 10 years of austerity and attacks on public sector workers, our pay and our pensions. But I think what we're showing is that we're fighting them every step of the way, and we will continue to do that. And we're taking legal advice on the consultation and other matters, and we will issue circulars and further information as things develop.
Now, Matt, clearly the mainstream press has picked up on this issue. It's a big issue. As you said, it affects benefits around 3 million workers, including teachers, nurses, police officers and civil servants, with an individual benefit estimated at around, well, it's over £5,000 for individuals that are affected. Interestingly, the press is also saying that this could cost the taxpayer £17 billion. I mean, let's be clear where the blame lies here, yeah?
Yeah, I think the individual calculation you have to be very careful with, because everyone's pension position is slightly different. But the total figure that's in the document and was in the press of £17 billion, if we think about that, what that means is that public sector workers were effectively robbed of £17 billion. And what we've done by this settlement or by this legal case is win that £17 billion back for public sector workers. Now, we took that case for FBU members, but it's also got wider implications, and the government will have to restore that, effectively, that money to all those public sector workers. So that is a very positive side of it. But of course, as I say, we've got a government that is going to carry on attacking us and our pensions, and we're taking them up on a number of fronts in relation to pension issues.
No, absolutely, Matt. Now, the primary benefits of this particular situation will be in firefighters that are in the old pension scheme, in the 92 scheme. and indeed it could be life-changing benefits for them. But the FBU is fighting for firefighters across the board, aren't we? In the 2015 scheme, we've taken up a legal case in regard to cost cap arrangements that have been imposed on it. Can you give us an update on that?
Yeah, Tam, obviously we've got members in different pension schemes in the Fire Brigades Union, and some depending on what job they do, so different schemes for control members, but also when they joined because of the imposition of these new schemes in 2015. And the 2015 schemes required the government to revalue them every 3 years. That was done, and people will probably recall that the government then paused that process. So there should have been an improvement to their benefits last year, and the government stopped that because of the other legal case that we won that we've just been talking about. And we've now got a document from the government saying that they will lift that pause, but worryingly and significantly, that the costs of that new scheme will include the costs of putting right the discrimination in the old scheme. And of course, that's entirely wrong. That was something we were already starting to legally challenge, because we don't think that one group of FBU members should pay because the government discriminated against another group of FBU members. And likewise, if you look at the bigger picture, one group of public sector workers shouldn't pay because the government discriminated against a different group of public sector workers. The government should meet the costs of all these changes. So we're discussing that with lawyers, and we'll give further reports through circulars on how that case progresses as well.
Now, Matt, just finally, the consultation only came out yesterday. It's a very lengthy document. It's full of a lot of detail, but of course, members want answers now, don't they? I mean, what's your message for members? Is it be patient, we're on it?
Well, we're certainly on it. I think hopefully members will realise that this union has taken pensions very, very seriously. We know it's a huge contribution our members make, it's a huge part of their lives. It's essential to the work we do in the fire and rescue service. And we've explored, as we've explained in meetings up and down the country, we've explored every avenue of how we can challenge the government when it attacks us on pensions. We will continue to do that. We're not going anywhere. So this consultation we will take up. The other attack in terms of the pause on the cost cap mechanism, we will take that up as well. We're still pursuing the legal remedy. So the fact that the government's published this consultation doesn't take away from the fact that we have legal claimants in a legal case, and we'll seek legal advice on the implications between the two elements. So yes, I'd urge people to be patient, read the circulars that come out. We'll do updates as quickly as we can, and we'll consider further ways of communicating with people over the next few days and next few weeks.
Matt, thanks very much. Well, as you've heard from the General Secretary, quite a detailed update there. Clearly, there's going to be more updates on this issue. To get them, you can go to our website, and that's www.fbu.org.uk. But we'll continue to post more immediate updates via our Twitter feed, which is that simply @FBU National. So next time, thanks for joining us. Matt, thanks very much indeed.
Thanks very much, Sam. Thanks, everyone.